Do you have a sink?
What's up? You're already done with work today? You're out early.
I had to go to my parents' house today.
Huh? Your parents' house? What about your job?
I left work early.
I still have a little left before I can wrap up at my work. I asked Mom to pick up Elizabeth, so if you were going to finish work early, I wish you had told me so I could have just had you pick her up.
Like I give a shit. It's your fault for not telling me beforehand.
I didn't know that you were getting off work early.
Whatever. Anyway, I told you about my sister's kid, right?
Huh? Oh, you're talking about Dan? I thought that your parents were going to look after him, considering your sister took off. Why? What's up with Dan?
Yeah, okay, so you know about him.
I know that they took him in because they divorced, because she basically said, never mind, I don't want him anymore, and left.
That made me really mad towards my sister. My parents are already pretty old, you know? I think they're struggling pretty bad. It's raising a 3-year-old after all.
Right, I understand. I hope that they're able to find your sister soon. We don't have any clues? Did they try reaching out to her ex-husband?
I think they're trying, but they can't actually get in touch with him.
I see. But you have your own kid too. I think that your sister will come back real soon. There's no way that your sister can just leave her kid like that forever.
So about that, I feel bad for Dan. Mom seems to be really struggling too. So I've decided that we will be taking him in.
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
I said I've decided to take him in. I just went over to their house to pick up Dan. I'll be waiting at home for you. Starting today, we're going to be living with the 4 of us. I'm sure you understand.
No. Hang on a second. What do you mean, I hope you'll understand? You realize that we still have Elizabeth, right? She's weak right now, too. She has to go to the hospital regularly. I work to make more money, too. You understand how tough it is with one child.
You're going to abandon Dan?
Don't get me wrong, I feel bad about Dan, but no offense, Dan can be pretty violent. I remember when he has his little rage fits. When we took Elizabeth to your parents' house one time, he hit her and injured her. You remember that, right? They're over a year different in age. I'm worried, so I don't want to just leave them together.
You're such a ruthless asshole. You're not thinking about Dan at all, are you? There is no real difference between a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old. You just let him go to sleep and it's fine. They'll get along real fast. Besides, Dan seems to have taken a liking to you.
He misses his own mom. That's why he loves me, because I'm around the right age. Then he takes it out on Elizabeth. Whatever, I'm just telling you now clearly, no. I'm finishing up work now, so I'm heading home, but please do not bring Dan to our house. First, we need to talk about this with each other, face to face.
I'm almost at the house. Dan is with me right now.
Why would you do such a selfish thing? I can't do that. I cannot look after someone else's child who is a threat to my own child. Besides, I have a job that I need to do as well. It's not like I'm a live-at-home mom. I'm busy with my own job and my kid. I'm already struggling pretty badly juggling the two. There's no way I can handle another child.
What kind of devil are you?
What?
You call my own sister's child some other person's child? You need to think about how Dan feels about everything. Are you just gonna make my mom handle everything? You realize that he's 3 years old. Imagine him growing up with a 2-year-old Elizabeth. It's definitely gonna be beneficial to her too. How can you not look after two kids? That's literally what parents are supposed to do. You should figure it out. It's easy for you.
If you want to talk about it that passionately, you're going to be taking care of Dan yourself, right? You're not going to just leave it all up to me?
What, me?
Yes, you. It's your adorable nephew. That means that you'll be looking after him yourself, right?
Why the hell would I be looking after him? There's no chance that I will be doing that. You take care of things around the house. You're the wife. That's how things are supposed to be. Don't try to rely on me. Stop being a spoiled brat. What are you gonna do when you can't even rear a child? A kid just sleeps or eats anyway. You already do that with Elizabeth. Just adding another person isn't gonna make that big of a difference, is it?
I understand now. You've never taken care of Elizabeth. That's why you don't know how tough this is.
You think that you're gonna get away with talking to your husband like that?
I work late more often than you. I'm usually coming home later from work more than you too. But you never take care of Elizabeth at all until I go pick up Elizabeth from daycare. You're just sitting at your parents' house.
So what? That's how everything is supposed to be.
Be honest with me. You're planning on just dumping Dan on me, right?
Of course. It's better for a woman to look after the kid. Dad is a little wild. Mom and Dad are both struggling with it. The best thing right now is for you to raise him. Why don't you understand? If you don't agree with me, we're gonna get a divorce. You need to seriously rethink that horrible logic of yours. Hurry up and come home to Dad and I. Cook us both some dinner. If you can't do that for me, we're getting a divorce.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad you understand. Stop your bitching and moaning. If you can do something about it, do something about it.
If that's what you want, then I agree to getting a divorce with you.
Huh? What are you talking about? Have you lost your mind?
No, I haven't lost my mind. That's what you were asking for a second ago. If I don't take care of Dan, then you want to get a divorce with me. I cannot accept your offer to take care of Dan like that. And let's be honest here, you just want to look good in front of your parents, right? Why do I have to sacrifice my own happiness and my child's happiness just because you want to play good boy in front of your parents?
Are you seriously asking for a divorce right now? Stop talking trash like that. Because you're all emotional right now. Just come home already. Dad and I are starving. Seriously, cut it out.
You realize that I'm the one that wants you to cut it out, right? After Elizabeth was born, you never put any money into our savings account. That's why I'm over here working tooth and nail. But you never take care of raising our child. So my parents always end up taking care of Elizabeth. That's why I came to the realization the other day. Both Elizabeth and I are perfectly fine and content living without you in our lives.
You really thought about that? You're just joking, right?
You weren't like this when we were still going out and before Elizabeth was born. I don't know what happened or what got into you, but you stopped putting money towards our savings.
I already told you why. My boss, when I was away on a business trip, told me that he never put any money into his family savings. When he continued to do that, his wife ended up becoming independent, and they were able to have a nice family household with a good balance. That's why I figured.
That you were going to copy him, right? But as a result, what happened to that boss? Remind me.
He divorced last year.
I guess you couldn't predict that, huh? Really takes rocket science to figure out where this is going.
Okay, I get it. I'll start putting money into the family savings. It's not like I didn't want to put money into the savings. Just hurry up and come home already.
I'm not going home anymore.
Huh?
I'm going to my parents' home. I have them taking care of Elizabeth right now, so it was perfect anyways. I'm just going to stay the night at their place. I'm going to have my brother pick up all of our stuff later on. I don't want to see you or Dan.
Don't be so weird. Just hurry up and get home. Dan is starting to throw a ruckus. Because he's getting hungry. What should I do?
I don't know. You're the one that agreed to take him in. How about you figure it out?
How the hell am I supposed to figure it out? I'm a man. I don't know these things.
I don't think that excuse works in this day and age. I don't think it ever actually made sense.
He's your relative, too. You should take care of him soon. I'll even help out a little bit around the house from now on.
You're really talking down to me, but if we get a divorce, all my ties with Dan will be cut. We're literally not going to be relatives anymore.
Are you serious about the divorce thing? We've been doing so well up until now.
How? If anything, I've been working hard for myself and this house. I take care of Elizabeth all alone. But I had to cook crap and make bento for you. If anything, getting a divorce is much better for me. It'll make my life easier. I'll get a lot of government assistance and I can get child support from you too.
Child support? Are you gonna take my money even after we get a divorce?
It's not like you put any money into the house up until this point. I hope you work hard for Elizabeth from now on.
Okay, fine. I'll put more money into our joint family savings account. I'll help out raising the kids a little bit. So please, just come home for now. Dan is crying and he won't listen to me at all.
I'm not going home. This is all your fault. You thought that I would just fold and take care of it. It's your own fault for being irresponsible.
I'm sorry. Please save me. What do I do?
Beats me. I've asked you for your help countless times. This is what you get for ignoring me every single time. Good luck living alone from now on. Living and raising your child, too. Have fun living with your sister's child. Lucy had decided that this was a good time as any to get a divorce. After talking to her parents, her sister, and her younger brother about it, they all acted surprised as to why they didn't get a divorce up until now. Jack didn't want a divorce and even tried to hire a lawyer. He tried to fight it, but in the end, the fact that he wasn't putting away any money into the family savings account, combined with the fact that he never helped raise Elizabeth, made all the lawyers he contacted turn down his case. Because he said that he would take on Dan, he couldn't just say never mind and give him back to his parents. So he had to look after Dan while going to work. Dan would keep causing problems at daycare, too. Apparently, he kept getting called out of work, which made him lose trust within his own company, but he still had to pay child support. He's been trying to keep his job, but he realized how hard Lucy's job was and deeply regrets treating her the way he did.
Yo, Marcus, how you been?
What? Why are you talking to me right now?
Just wanted to know where you were is all.
It doesn't really matter to you if I'm doing well or not. My well-being is no longer any of your concern.
Don't be like that. We used to be best friends.
Yeah, we used to be, until you betrayed me.
I told you, I feel sorry for betraying you.
You think that feeling sorry is enough? You can't change the fact that you plagiarized my piece.
You can't say that I plagiarized it, that's not appropriate. We were both working together, it was a book we were both working on.
Yeah, we were working together on it. I was writing the story. You added the graphics to the book. But you betrayed me and took the work as your own to a publication. And so, even if it was my work, you became the hit-selling author.
I'm sorry, but I was actually part of the development of the story, so why does it matter?
What?
The graphics were one of the reasons the book sold. How could you bring up something that old and whine about it now? You just wanted the money that badly?
That's not what I'm talking about. It was mostly the story that I wrote. But you sold it as your own. That's literally a crime. After that, I was in treatment for depression. It took me 2 years of rehab.
Really? Wow, great job.
That's why I don't want to talk to you. I thought I blocked your number too.
Oh, come on, let's get along, buddy.
What? Are you being serious right now?
My popularity has started to decline recently. You actually write really good content. So you can write it for me if you want. You know what they say about ghostwriters, they're really popular right now.
Yeah, I don't think so. Why would I ever agree to write them for you?
You know how I'm very talented? That's why I also figured that we should work together. You know, I think it's for your own good. For you to be working for a genius like me.
I don't understand what you're saying.
People who have talent shouldn't have to put in that much effort. That's why I won't put in any effort at all. You should be putting forth everything for me.
I don't get what the hell you're talking about, but I'm writing on my own.
Really? The thing you're writing now, just give it to me. You're just depressed anyway, right? It's not like you can write anything that's worth anything. Someone who's popular like me can turn around and sell things for you. It's going to be worth more anyway.
It's not about the money. And if you want to talk about that, the book you first sold, I literally wrote it. So all of the revenue you gain from those sales, I should receive, right?
See, you are after the money. I'm not giving you shit. You don't have any gift for selling things. Sorry to break it to you. Just write for me as a ghostwriter. Work hard, okay? Next time around, I promise I'll pay you something worthy of your work.
I'm gonna pass.
Why? You're just an author who can't sell anything. What are you passing for? Did you write something recently?
Yeah. The Mysterious Child of the Night. I'm sure you've heard of that, right?
What? What are you talking about? Are you just pretending to flex? That book is literally a best hit. It's on everyone's bookshelf around the world. It's been popular since last year. There's even rumors of it becoming a movie. It's just a hit thing, right? So, are you just pretending?
I'm the one that wrote that story.
Bullshit, the name is different.
It's a pen name. If I wrote it with my real name, I knew that you would figure it out in a heartbeat. That's why I write using that name now. And I make sure that they don't use my face. So it's not easy to figure out who it is.
Really? I didn't realize that you worked in the same industry as me. But there's no proof that you're the best hit-selling author.
No one is buying your books, are they, Leonard?
Huh?
I'm asking them. I'm asking all of the bookstores and publishers to stop selling.
What? What are you talking about?
I'm making sure that your books stay off the shelves. Your writing is seriously the comparable to third-grade language arts essays.
Are you seriously making fun of me right now? Copies of my book went crazy long before yours did.
Yeah, you were doing a lot of the illustrations. That's why when you said that you'd help me out as an illustrator, I was actually incredibly happy. That's why I wanted to work with you. I tried my best, but then you went ahead and betrayed me.
I didn't betray you.
Your book isn't selling now, is it? It sold incredibly well at one point, but now not so much. After the second edition came out, none of the publications will even take you, right? You just signed with some big-time companies. That's why you're basically just getting jobs because people pity you.
No, that's not true at all. I get good pay and rights. I'm a great author.
How long did you sign for? 3 years or so?
When I was selling hard, I found this company that brought me the sweetest deals. And that contract is for 3 years.
Then you should be coming up on your contract term, right?
Yeah, but there's still talk about potentially getting a new contract. I'm not done yet.
I already talked to your company. I told him to cut your contract early.
Huh?
If you hadn't contacted me out of the blue, I was gonna really squeeze you slowly to choke you, but man, I'm just not good at this kind of thing, huh? I just really want to see you eat shit.
Hey, my publication just contacted me. They said my contract is up this month?
That was sooner than even I would have expected.
What the hell? My career is completely screwed thanks to you!
Career? You really didn't have a career to begin with, Bao.
What? I was a big-time author! I was even on TV!
Yeah, I remember. That's why my next piece has talk about becoming a movie before I even release it.
Huh? What are you talking about?
That story I wrote last time. It was a story about how I felt and what I went through when I was depressed. But this time around, I wrote about why exactly I became depressed to begin with. I didn't spare any details.
Why you became depressed?
Yeah. About how I trusted a friend. And I was betrayed, leading me down a spiral into depression.
I can't believe you, but you didn't write about the plagiarism, did you?
Ah, you do agree then that it was plagiarism.
You didn't write it, did you?
Who knows? I didn't add your name to it if it makes you feel better. It is a fictional story anyway.
Even if you don't use my name, you didn't write about my books or any of its titles, right?
Your book? You don't have any books or titles that are your own, right?
Hey. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. What do you want from me? Is it money you want?
I have plenty of money coming in, actually. I'm not struggling at all.
What is it then? Do you want an apology? I'll apologize to you. Just please don't take my career from me. It's in a place that I've finally really been able to call comfortable.
I think you use the wrong method to find your calling, pal. Besides, no matter the case, even if I didn't say anything about trying to get your contract terminated early, you would have ran out early next year anyway. The things that you write aren't really interesting to anyone at all, so they don't sell either.
But if you write a book like that, then my other friends and my family will all find out about it. And they won't trust me at all. I just want to avoid that at all costs. By the way, I don't know if it's a movie or a drama, but
I'm gonna accept the offer to make it into a series or movie. People who don't read my book will probably still know about my story.
Wait, hang on! I'm finally able to brag to my parents about how I'm doing. Please think about my well-being too.
You stabbed your friend in the back. How can you talk about feelings? You were selling as a best-selling author for 3 years when you were on TV and social media. You should be thanking me.
Fine, I'll give you my status. I'll give you all of it, so please don't publish on me. Please, I'm begging you. I'm really sorry. I'll give you at least half of all royalties from publishing.
Half? That's not gonna be enough.
Huh?
I'm gonna be formally suing you.
Suing? What are you talking about?
You stole my story from me. Then you went ahead and made all of your fortune off of it. I'm gonna be suing you for plagiarism. I'm gonna be receiving a hefty amount of pay for it too. Imagine me going public and publishing at the same time. I can only imagine how popular my book is gonna be when I sell.
Please stop. Why would you do this to me? What did I do to you?
Huh? Wait, the person who has the talent shouldn't have to put in any effort, right? From now on, you're gonna be hustling and busting your ass for a while. Good luck. Leonard's begging was to no avail. Marcus published as soon as he brought his court case public. Of course, this was an easy case for Marcus. Leonard was charged and had to pay a large sum of money to Marcus. He had earned so much money all of a sudden that he had spent most of it on a luxurious lifestyle. He had no money saved up. He also had just lost his only contract, so he had no job. He had to take out loans to pay back the money. The media also completely turned on him. They had documented Marcus's story as the tragedy of the century, and started punishing Leonard from every angle that they could make him look bad in. He was banished from his parents' house. He has no job, no house, and apparently lives in a tent near the river now.